We are excited to start a new series for our YouTube channel, tying into something that you guys already know we have history with, which is real racing and real track driving. I've been kind of away a little bit for a while because I've been so focused on the business and growing in the sim industry for the last 2-3 years. And I thought I was kind of over this stage in my life. And the stage that I'm talking about is building track cars and spending too much money into track cars. And I thought, you know, finally I was the adult and I wasn't going to go back down that road. But I did an oopsie. And I did a track day, and unfortunately it kind of revived something in me. And let me show you what I did. So I bought a 981 Cayman S, and it took me a long time to decide what I wanted to build as a project. And I decided to go with this because for me, first off, I've got a lot of history business-wise with Porsche, and I've driven thousands of cars on the track through my years. And the one manufacturer that to me that always stood out as like out of the box, you can grab that car, go to the track and have a great time, was Porsche. I chose the 981 as well because it was the last years that they were using the flat six, so I wanted to stay naturally aspirated, and I do love the sound of the flat six. And yeah. We're here at my good friend Ben's garage to do the first mod. We needed an exhaust. So we contacted our friends at Flat Six Motorsports, and they sent us over a Borla exhaust, and Ben's gonna be putting on. So let's see how it goes. It kind of looks so yam, so cops typically. All right, so installation's done, sound check's done, sounds terrific. So for those that are gonna be trying to put this kit on, what do you have to tell them?
It's a DIY install, you can do it in your parking lot. You might have a good time if it's rusted. But yeah, other than that, it's pretty straightforward.
And the fitment?
Fits as it should. And it sounds insane.
There you go. So we've got the exhaust installed. One of the things that I wanted to do is do a decibel test, and we're gonna do the decibel test like some of our local tracks that we have here that have sound restrictions. So where the camera is about the distance that the marshals will put themselves, and we've got my phone to measure the decibel level, so it won't be as accurate as the equipment they're using, but it should give us a pretty good idea. So let me start it, and then I'll bring it about 2/3 of the revs, and then see what it's gonna give us. First impression of how the car drives, I mean, it's a Porsche. You can right away tell that there's a difference on how it behaves, how it makes you feel, how low you sit to the ground and feel connected. Just the way the steering wheel feels, everything is just premium quality. I've used to have one of these as a race car as well, so I know the full potential. Some of the things that I don't like as much as original is mainly it's the suspension. So as much as I do have an active button to stiffen up the suspension, on the plus side, it's very comfortable to drive on the road. It absorbs all the bumps really well, but it's still too soft. And if anything, for cars around its category, this is a light car. It weighs around 2,900 pounds. But the suspension, the way it feels, and it's like sluggish to respond, makes it feel like it's a much heavier car than it is. So I'm going to be really looking forward to installing our coilover suspension onto this car with a much stiffer spring rate and seeing how that's going to change. But the PDK transmission, I mean, it is absolutely phenomenal how quickly it changes, the sounds it gives you, whether I'm using the sequential on the shifter or the paddles. everything is just direct. It's crisp. Feels just the way you want it to feel, and I mean, it sounds pretty cool too. The way the throttle responds, even within regular mode, sport, is very responsive. The engine sounds from the flat six are just sublime, and it makes it so that the entire experience just screams Porsche, and it screams, this is something different, this is something special. So in terms of the exhaust, it's a very nice sound. I love how Borla has made the low sound very like aggressive, deep, and then as the engine will go up in revs, how it screams just sounds absolutely amazing. The way the exhaust fit onto the car, I think, was super easy, and the fitment was pretty much flawless. It is a little bit on the loud side for me. Now, it's not one of those exhausts that's like stupid loud, that, you know, is just pure racing exhaust, but it's close to it. If you're looking for something like when the valves are open off of like the factory settings, this is definitely not that. This is going to attract attention. In our case, it's fine. We're pretty much building as close as we can to a street legal race car. So I'm okay with the noise, but it's going to be interesting for some of the tracks that do have sound restrictions. So we might have to do one of those like external bolted onto, you know, the rear tow point and add another muffler to the back of the car just for some of those tracks. So that's something we're going to have to do more decibel tests and see what's going to happen. That's my only worry. Again, I'm very happy with how loud this sounds for what we're doing, but if you are not seeking too much attention with sound or have tracks that are going to be limited in decibel levels, this might not be the right exhaust. So we're going to wrap this episode with that. Like I said, we are looking at doing suspension, wheels, battery tires, custom 3D printed aerodynamics. We'll maybe show you some of the options we're looking at, see what you guys think, give us some feedback. Let us know if you think there's other modifications or other things that we should do to this car, keeping in mind that we are really looking to have this thing perform more on the track and still be able to drive on the road, but it is essentially pure track performance that we're looking for out of what we're going to be doing to the car. So hope you guys like our first episode, and stay tuned for what's next.